When you're in a relationship that just leaves you feeling constantly drained, confused, it's a very lonely place to be. It can feel like this invisible weight that no one else can see. So today, we're going to pull back that curtain. We're going to look at these manipulative dynamics, actually give a name to what you might be experiencing, and start to map out a path back to your own reality. Does this question hit home? That feeling, that constant, low-grade anxiety where you're always trying to manage every single word you say just to stop an explosion or, the silent treatment? That feeling of walking on eggshells? It's so much more than just stress. It's a huge red flag that you're in an emotionally unsafe environment. So let me ask, do any of these sound familiar? Finding yourself saying, "I'm sorry" all the time. Living in this kind of brain fog where even small decisions feel impossible. Maybe you've started pulling away from your friends, your family, the people who love you most. These aren't character flaws, not at all. They are symptoms of being in an environment of chronic manipulation.
I really want you to just take a second and let this sink in. This might be the most important thing we talk about today. Your feelings are not the problem. They are a perfectly normal, healthy alarm system trying to tell you that the situation you are in is not normal. You're not weak, and you are definitely not overreacting. What's kind of fascinating in a really dark way is that these unhealthy situations, they often follow very predictable patterns. The key to getting your power back is learning to recognize the tactics, to understand what we're calling the manipulator's playbook. Because once you can name these behaviors, that's when they start to lose their hold on you.
Okay, let's start with a big one, gaslighting. And this is so much more than just lying. It's a slow, systematic process designed to make you doubt yourself. It's the, "that never happened," or "you're just imagining things," or the classic, "you're being too sensitive." The end goal here isn't just to win an argument. It's to make you so dependent on their version of reality that they have complete control.
And gaslighting is usually just one piece of a much larger strategy called coercive control. See, this isn't about one bad fight. It's this suffocating pattern of behaviors, like isolating you from your friends, tracking your spending, telling you what to wear. All of it is designed to make you feel more like property than a person. It's the kind of abuse that doesn't leave physical marks, but believe me, the scars go just as deep. Now, here's something that's really crucial to get. Narcissism isn't a one-size-fits-all thing. You've got the grandiose narcissist on one side. That's the stereotype, right? Loud, demanding attention, openly putting people down. But then there's the vulnerable or covert narcissist, and they're way harder to spot. They manipulate using guilt, self-pity, always playing the victim. Their methods might look completely different, but the core is the same, a profound lack of empathy. This three-step cycle is basically the engine that powers a narcissistic relationship. It starts with the idealized phase. You've probably heard it called love bombing. They shower you with so much affection and attention, you feel like you've finally met your soulmate. It creates this incredibly powerful bond. But then, it starts to shift. The devaluation phase begins. The compliments turn into criticisms, the warmth gets replaced by a chilling coldness. And then, finally, the discard, where they might just drop you out of nowhere, leaving you completely shattered and just desperate to get back to that amazing first phase.
So, does this sound familiar? You try to bring up something that hurt your feelings, only to find that somehow, by the end of the conversation, you're the one apologizing? It's like you've walked into a funhouse of logic where you always end up being the bad guy. Well, guess what? There's a name for that trick.
It's called DARVO. It's an acronym. First, they deny the behavior flat out. "I never did that." Then, they attack you for even having the nerve to bring it up. "How dare you accuse me?" And then, here's the most twisted part, they reverse the roles of victim and offender. All of a sudden, they are the victim of your so-called attack, and you're the one who needs to apologize. It's an incredibly effective and incredibly damaging form of psychological judo.
Living inside this kind of dynamic, the impact isn't just in your head. It has these deep, lasting ripple effects on your mind, your body, and your very sense of who you are. What you're feeling is real, it's valid, and it has a name.
Let's just break down this hidden toll. The cognitive fog, the issues with trust, that emotional whiplash. This isn't just being stressed. It is the psychological footprint of trauma. The constant state of alert messes with your brain. The betrayal makes it almost impossible to trust again. And maybe the most painful part, your own identity just gets worn away until you're just trying to please everyone to keep the peace. And oh yeah, the body absolutely keeps the score.
That constant state of fight or flight doesn't just stay in your head. It shows up as real physical problems. Those headaches that never go away, the constant stomach issues, the fact that you're always getting sick, that's your nervous system screaming that it has been under attack for way too long.
Okay, we've named the playbook, we've validated the impact, but just knowing is only the first step. Now, let's shift gears to the most important part, the path forward. How do you actually start to take back your safety, your sanity, and your life? This right here, this is the most critical turning point. You have to stop trying to figure out why they do what they do. Seriously, obsessing over their motives just keeps you trapped in their game. The single most powerful thing you can do is turn all that focus back on yourself. The only question that matters now is, how do I protect myself and get healthy?
And protection starts with a real, concrete plan. And this isn't just for physical abuse, by the way. A safety plan for your own sanity means knowing exactly who you can call when you start doubting your reality again. It means having your important documents and a little bit of cash stashed away. These small things give you a sense of control and a real escape route if you need one.
And please, please hear me on this. You cannot do this alone, and you shouldn't have to. Real support is out there. The National Domestic Violence Hotline, for example, is trained specifically in things like coercive control. Trauma-informed therapists, especially with telehealth now, can give you unbiased guidance. And honestly, anonymous online communities for survivors can be an absolute lifeline, just to connect with people who actually truly get it.
Let's end with a core truth. I really want you to read the words on the screen and just let them land. The self-blame that you feel, it's such a common result of this kind of abuse, but it is not the truth. Their lack of empathy is their issue, not a reflection of your worth. You are not responsible for their behavior. You never ever deserved it. So I'll leave you with this question. Healing isn't some giant leap. It's a series of small, brave steps. So what's one tiny thing you can do today? Maybe it's just writing down one incident in a private journal. Maybe it's looking up that hotline number just to have it. Or maybe it's just repeating that last quote to yourself until you start to believe it. Whatever it is, that one small step, that's the beginning of everything.